she'll be on, right? I don't know. Do we need to do? We'll just do it later.
Yeah, we'll do the intro after.
Okay. I'm really happy today.
I'm so happy we have a beautiful lady on the show
me
today.
too.
And today's episode of Gangster Goddess Broadcast is brought to you by Uprising Food. The most delicious bread in the business.
It really is. It really is. And to go to uprisingfood.com to order the new gold standard in healthy bread and get free shipping by using code GANGSTER at checkout. So support a small business too, which is amazing.
Yeah, and support your gut.
Yeah, support your gut. Support your gut and small business. Yeah.
Every formula.
Coming at you live from Venus. Uncle Dre and Auntie Chris bring you Gangster Goddess Broadcast.
Okay.
Are you there? Oh, you are there. I thought we lost you for a second.
Well, you did. You just fell under my dress.
That makes us happy. Not that we're gay or anything, but
We enjoy beautiful women.
Falling down. What is this?
oh my God! But wait a second.
You look like
Is
you're
that-
floating on the
Is that
ocean.
you on the ocean right there? Is that you back there?
Oh my
Oh,
God.
yeah, that is me, I guess.
Oh.
Is that a photo of me?
I love it.
Gorgeous.
Can we just do photos of you through the whole interview? Can you just flash
Oh, look
photos
who's
of your
talking.
vacation?
Yeah, beautiful you.
Not since quarantine.
Oh, stop.
I can't even
hello,
move.
ladies.
Hi, I'm Chris. Nice to meet you, Sophia.
Hi, Chris.
You know what? I'm going to say that it's nice to meet you as well, because you and I I feel like we never formally met, even though you say
We
you saw
didn't.
me. We didn't, right?
No, well, we sort of kind of did at the Pantages bed. I don't think you recognized me. You were with your kids, and it was a very quick thing.
Should we?
And then we
fix
saw
the
each
background?
other on the panel. Woo!
She keeps. We got to fix it.
Hold on a second.
Okay, I need a better clip here. This clip
think-
is not doing
I think your
Dave, can you
your
look-
chair
can you
keeps
come over here and look?
disappearing.
Yeah, and so do you sometimes.
Your
Should I
chair.
remove the background?
I think so because your arms and stuff keep disappearing sometimes.
Okay, so let's see if I can do this. I don't know why. Okay. Virtual background okay, so virtual background.
I know we should be able to
Why
do
are
that
we
too.
doing that?
Why we don't understand why we don't have a virtual
None.
background.
Here we go.
Oh, that's nice.
Does
That's
it
nice.
turn
That's a
around
beautiful
again?
house too.
Oh, your house is gorgeous.
No, you're okay there.
That's perfect.
Oh,
Yes.
How's that?
okay. Perfect. Now you're not
Am I
disappearing.
crooked now? I'm afraid that if I touch this, it's going to fall again.
No, you were perfect. Let me see. Perfect.
Is it crooked?
No.
We just don't want you to disappear.
You're perfect
Because
now.
if you disappear, that is not fun for us. Everybody wants to see you, not to hear you.
Thank you so much for taking the time out to come on our show with us.
We can't pretend to be Italian today. We got to take
yeah,
the back
I
seat on the
know,
Italian because
I
we're
know.
really Italian Americans. You're a real
Can
Italian.
we go to the other one?
You
I
you are
actually
the
wanted
Greek
to ask
Italian
you about
goddess.
your take on that. You know, it's so. I did get a chance to look a little bit at the Made Women. That is so much fun. But
Oh,
also,
okay.
and it's just culturally how different it is. Did you have a chance to go to Italy at all?
I have.
Yes, I actually went there, but it was quick. I was on tour with my husband's band, so we were like in and out. I didn't get to really take my time. So you live in Italy?
I'm a mixed salad. So I mean, I'm a real mixed salad. I was born in Switzerland
Mm-hmm.
by immigrant family. My mom is Greek. My dad is Italian. Went to school in Switzerland, then moved back to Italy. I have family from Rome down all the way to very southern Italy. So various Italian have seeped into me. You know, we have different dialects, kind of like.
Are you Neapolitan or no?
I'm not Neapolitan, but I did put on a Neapolitan accent while speaking English in my character, for my character, but I'm not Neapolitan. No, I'm more Roman, if anything. That's where my mom lives now. That's where I go when I go home.
Wow.
And my dad
you had a good
was
Neapolitan
from Southern
accent.
Italy, which is, completely different Italian, right? The Northern Italian and Southern Italian, like as south as Bari, right, is completely different. Like if you were to say, there is a saying, right? If we have to go, let's go now. In Italian, it would be like the proper thing. It's like going to the Hamptons versus New Jersey, probably, or something like that. Where you say,
Oh my God, amazing.
se dobbiamo andare via, andiamocene adesso, se no restiamo.
Oh my God. Can you only speak in Italian,
I
please?
mean,
But
so
wait,
good.
Southern Italian, the very bottom, the very same thing, which is, right, I'm going to say it again, se dobbiamo andare via, andiamocene adesso, se no restiamo qua.
That sounds more familiar to me.
How about this?
Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
It's a
First of all, you have two dirty old men over here listening to you, by the way.
I read that you speak 7 languages.
Say it
my
again.
God, I read that you speak 7 languages.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Wow. But hearing you do the Neapolitan, that is Neapolitan, right? Or is it more
That
Sicilian?
was Pugliese, Puglia. Neapolitan is more Yamungen. Yeah, Yamungen. It's like Potenza, where my brother, my grandmother lived, my 107-year-old grandmother.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
She's the matriarch of the family.
Bless.
Yeah.
And where does she live?
She lives in a little town called Picerno, province of Potenza, which is by Naples, right across over. She bore 12 children. She's about 4'5" tall.
Wow.
That's my grandma.
Amazing. Well, and then your mother was Greek?
My
your
mom
father
is
was Greek?
My mom is Greek, and she comes from a family of 11 as well.
Wow.
I love it. And I love that that you are of Greek and Roman descent, and they had you in that scene at the cave.
Yeah.
I say it wrong. Oh my God. Well, no, that scene. Oh, that scene. The one in the cave with the Sybil of. How do you say it?
I thought she was going to go about the dream sequence.
Oh, that. Well, we'll get to that. Hold on. I know everybody wants to hear about that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I mean, I want to know. But first of all, you are our first female guest from The Sopranos on the show. We kind of didn't want to do a guest thing, even if you watched on Made Women. We had a few guests here and there, but we kind of wanted to save them till the end of the series because, it's more fun to dig into that at the end of the series. But with a character like yours who was there for one episode only. I mean, I know you were in Funhouse also, but not like you were in this one.
No.
And you left such a huge impression on this episode. So there's no way we're passing this up and trying to wait until later. So we had to do it, especially because I have an obsession with female gangsters, and she knows this.
Yes.
And we're going to be doing that a little bit on this show every now and then, where we dive into the life of a female gangster. I don't even know I don't know if you were based on any particular female gangster from Naples, like from the Camorra, but so this is an obsession of mine. So you actually, and you don't see many actresses getting to play these roles.
Yeah.
They don't make movies about them. I mean, I would love to see you starring.
I would love to do something. We should do something.
Oh, but I'm not really, I'm Italian American. I don't speak.
Yeah, but that's interesting
I want
part.
to direct you playing it.
Because that's a whole other thing, right? But I'll get to that too, because I wanted to ask you about it. To answer your question, well, first of all, lovely that, you're calling it the Camorra, because so many people say the mafia boss from Naples, but I wasn't a mafia boss, because the mafia is Sicilian, right? And the difference between the Cosa Nostra and the Camorra, which is in the Naples area, and then in Calabria, there's a whole other one, which is at Nanghera.
That one is even scarier.
Yeah,
yes.
That's really
Wait,
the
say it. Can you say it for me?
One.
I need to hear you say Nanghera. I don't know how to say it. Say it.
Nanghera.
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 Oh my God.
which
I'm
controls
obsessed.
like 70% of the thing. But the
Yes.
Camorra is very different
Oh,
from
I
the
can't say
Cosa
that one.
Nostra. In the Cosa Nostra, women don't hear, don't see, don't talk.
Same with
So
the-
in
with
the
the
Camorra, it's
Calabrians,
very
no?
different, right? In the Camorra, it's very different. When the man, and which is the case for Annalisa Zucca, Donna Annalisa Zucca, the character that I play, is that if the husband dies or gets incarcerated and the husband and the father is no longer okay, like he's in dementia, Don Vittorio, the women take over.
Takes over.
So it doesn't go
yeah.
to the right arm, the woman take over. And yes,
Right.
to answer your question, Tim Van Batten, who directed the episode, I loved him so much.
He's
He
a
had
good
given me a
one.
whole big fat book before I embarked in the role. And I ate it up because I'm Italian, because it's fascinating, because it's the kind of work I do before I take on and embark in a role and take on that livingness for the time being, right? And
What book was it?
it was about women in the mafia in general, not just Camorra, real stories, amazing women just on the wrong side of the law.
Right.
Who are, and I was
I
going
have
to
a bunch of them, so I'm not sure which one is the right one to read right now.
this, I don't remember the book, but it had a whole bunch of women in it. And I was so fascinated by it. And I haven't left the idea that at some point I want to do something with that.
You have to. You have to. I mean, you in that role, you
You're
as
so
Annalisa.
good.
Oh, did we lose her?
No, I'm here.
she's still there.
Oh,
She's
okay,
still
okay.
there.
I'm just not interrupting.
I
I'm a
can't-
polite Italian that can talk a lot
Oh,
and then
not
shut up
me.
and listen.
Not me. Not me. I'm known for interrupting too much because I get so excited.
We're the
Mwah,
worst, by the
mwah,
way.
mwah.
Oh my
I'm
God.
really excited to have you because my passion right now is females in the mafia. And I've been studying the whole Calabrian side and the Sicilian side and the Neapolitan side. I'm not saying their names because I don't want to sound terrible trying to speak Italian while you're here. I'll do it when it's just she and I alone.
Yeah.
But to see you play Annalisa on a grand scale would, if I were directing, if that were something I were doing right now, I would be hiring you to do this because I loved watching you
Yeah.
in this episode.
Thank you so much.
I loved it so much. And I didn't know when I was a kid. We were kids. I mean,
Yeah.
we're probably the same
Yeah.
age.
Yeah.
I didn't pay attention to the show when I was younger. I was so busy enjoying
Yeah.
the
Right, yeah.
just being the character on that show
And
that
you
I
did
wasn't
so
paying
amazing
much
as
attention.
well and gorgeous,
Oh,
by the way.
thank you. But you and I are opposite characters. I mean, complete opposite characters. And I think on this episode in particular, there's so much going on with you have the line of the episode that I believe to be the theme of the whole episode, which is you're your own worst enemy. And that sort of plays out with all the characters in that episode. I mean, I know you probably appreciate the writing
Oh,
of the show. Just being an Italian,
Oh.
you understand that writing.
well, first of all, David Chase, he's just so brilliant. Here, I did have an accent, of course, that many years ago. And as you can tell, I cleaned it up some, just naturally living
tell.
here.
Oh my God.
Because America has
Impressive.
adopted me. And I learned to speak less with my hands. But at the time, I did have an accent, but he was very specific on where he wanted the accent. We talked about it. He allowed me to bring in a lot of things that weren't necessarily known yet as such. First of all, think about it, how brilliant it was to allow me and allow that character to flourish and be as powerful and strong 20 years ago. This is not in a Me Too
I
time
know.
where it's more
Oh,
of a
yeah.
given. This is 20 years ago where you either were the arm candy, the babe, stupid, whatever, the accessory, or the very butch, more of a butch type of a character. But to represent a beautiful feminine woman in a dress who goes toe to toe with a man 3 times her size and go toe to toe with him and show how powerful and strong women are with all our femininity and Italianness. That was I'm so grateful for that because it's so aligned with what I want to show and what I want to do with all the characters I've always taken in my career, where we don't have to prove anything or fight really for anything, but just be. Because we are that strong, we are that powerful, right? And so here I had the opportunity to bring to life, you know, a mishmash of these women that I read about, how strong and motherly they are. And he just wrote it so well. His research was just so accurate all the time on things, you know, through friends and reading and being in Italy and going to the exact places. Like he wouldn't have never made up Italy somewhere in New Jersey backlocked, right? He would have gone to Naples.
Not like the Brady Bunch.
But you guys did. You guys did do a lot of that, which I'll ask you about afterwards.
They did?
They did, but staying with this subject
But all
that
the
you're
Italy
talking about
stuff
right
was
now.
in Naples. All the dinner stuff, that was in Naples. We didn't do that back in New Jersey. New Jersey, I did something else. I did a reshoot an angle that we didn't get in the cave.
In the cave, right?
Yeah.
I noticed the makeup difference. We were watching it last night, me and my girlfriend, and she was like, "Oh my God, because she's a production person. She was the PA on The Sopranos. She wasn't there when you were there, but we noticed the change. She was like, "Oh my God, her hair is different. Her lips are different here." And it was a pickup shot, and we didn't realize it.
Yeah, it was.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And also with that cave, we also heard that it wasn't really daytime because you guys kept running out of time. Right? So it was shot to be the daytime. You guys got there in the daytime. You see you guys walking along the cave, but they had to light the entire cave at night.
Well, yeah,
to make
because
it
the
look
cave
like
is dark. The cave is dark.
Yeah.
But we did leave there still daytime, but the cave is dark.
Oh, okay. That's not what I heard. I heard they had to light it all because you guys kept losing light on everything. Like even the scene where you're getting the manicure. And you are telling them to save your toenails, that the light was disappearing, and they had to light it and make it look like daylight because they were on such a tight schedule there in Italy and they couldn't get all their shots.
Yeah. I remember the days were really long, but it was some of the funnest days that lasted up to 18 hours on the set that I have ever experienced in 28 years of my career.
Yeah, 18 hours. That's about right, especially in the beginning.
But listen, we were singing Italian songs. Tony Soprano knew some of these songs. He was so protective of me. He was so nice.
Oh, he must have been in love.
Is this after shooting? You guys would all hang out in Italy and go for dinners and whatnot? Is that what you're talking about? I said, is this after shooting that you guys would hang out, you and the crew?
No, in between shootings, in between takes, we just it was. I mean, it was just such a wonderful experience. It wasn't the first TV series that I had done at the time. So it's not like I was that excited because it was just a novelty. Of course, I was a lot younger, but I had already done a few series at that point. It was just because it was that much fun. Okay, being in Naples at the same time, everybody's energy and curiosity, and the fact that I was actually Italian and knew both sides. You know, I mean, like the fact that, are you aware that at the time it wasn't that known in Italy? I mean, the Sopranos and
it wasn't, not yet.
Right? So because there is that like that cliche of the American Italian, et cetera, et cetera. But it's just, I live both sides because I live here. I understand what it means after all these years. I understand what it means to hold on to our culture in my way. I can only imagine through your generations of your parents of wanting to hold on to the culture and how that translates into living here, but holding on pieces. I'm doing it after all these years. I'm doing it now. I understand it. That's what keeps us apart from actual Italians there. You different than me different than Italians.
Right. Yes, definitely. Yeah. I mean, even the scene with Paulie Walnuts and the other guys, and they say something to him like, oh, they're just repulsed by the Italian American. It's so funny, because he's so excited to be there, and they're like, even the Germans had more class than this guy. But yeah, that very silly. But let me see. What was I had a question about, I don't know if you probably don't remember the episode that well. Do you remember that you and the Angie Bompensero character, which is Pussy's wife, that you guys are there you say you're your own worst enemy to Jim on the
Right.
show, to Tony Soprano. And that's sort of happening throughout the whole episode. Carmela
Mhm.
is against Angie. It's all not against, but how do you explain it?
Judgmental. She's
Yeah, there's all this
judgmental of her
judgment.
choices because she's in the same spot. But she's also an Italian mob wife, and you're a mob wife. So that I feel like the juxtaposition with your character and Carmela's character couldn't be any different.
Yeah, it's amazing to
Yeah.
see how, and what you were saying about this never being seen before in TV. Well, I mean, and playing a character like yours, like Annalisa, I felt like, of course, I'm spacing out right now.
It happens. It's Tuesday. It's Spacey Tuesday.
We were talking about, the power that David Chase allowed me to bring
all
and
his-
embody for all of us in a time
And all
where
his
you
female
wouldn't see that in
characters.
television yet, right?
No.
Well, you had, but not in the mafia world at all. I mean, with a character like Livia, Aida's character, Livia, Parvati, Carmela, he doesn't shy away from showing. I mean, you would think that they go to Italy and it's going to be this Godfather explosion, and then it's you.
Mm-hmm. And he
It's
says
you.
so.
Yeah.
He
Always-
says a woman boss when I play golf.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, the unexpected, always the unexpected.
And a
David
sex
Chase
pot, too.
always
you know?
idolizing women. Yeah, I mean, what was your audition like? How did they pick you? Do you remember?
Yeah, that
'Cause
I definitely
cannot
remember, and I
imagine
think
anybody else.
I do. I was in Rome, actually. I was in Rome, and the best casting director, Shyla Rubin, who is no longer with us, but she cast the best movies, the biggest movies in Europe, that American films that shot in Europe. And she brought me in, Monica Bellucci, Francesca Neri, Maria Grazia Cucinotta. So she brought in her top names that she could bring in. And I had just come from New York for some reason. And I was called in to do this. I looked at it, I ate it up the second I saw that. When you see something come to life in your head,
my God.
In your
as
head,
a visual
yeah.
already. I mean, it's effortless. When it's right, it's effortless, right? And his writing is just fun, and it's.
But your delivery was
spot on.
We have to be done with the podcast like right now.
Why?
I need to go have some of our bread.
Oh my God.
They just delivered.
They're so good. Uprising Food you're talking about, right?
Yes.
So good.
It's insane. Okay, first of all, I have a slight issue here because I like the fact that I have to eat dairy-free, grain-free, preservative-free, soy-free, all of these things that are free. And then you get your bread that you go to the store and buy, which is overpriced and not yummy. So you're like, oh, I just won't eat bread anymore.
Yeah.
But now these people at Uprising Food have to send us this box of this bread
It's
and get me
delicious.
hooked back on bread. Oh, no.
It's so good. And there's so many recipes like the grilled cheeses and the croutons.
Oh, I'm going to do my croutons like that for my kale Caesar. That's going to be out of control.
I know.
I mean, this is really better than a lot of breads that are out there, which is crazy to me because it's like a superfood. It's actually gut healthy. So you are eating this food not so much as a alternative to
It's a health
grain-free
staple,
food.
yeah.
It's like a supplement, which is mind-boggling to me. I would love to talk to the bakers on this show and how they've come up with this formulation because it really is something else.
Well, when we started connecting with them, we loved them because they were a small business. But then we were like, how good can it be? We wanted to support them because
Yeah,
they're a
I
small
thought
business.
for sure they were going to deliver us bricks in the mail.
Yeah, and then we're like, okay, send it so we can try it. And then we tried it and we were addicted.
No, it's delicious.
I just put it on toast. Like I literally,
I'm staring at it from across the room right now.
I know, stop. You're salivating. But it's like you put it in the toaster, throw a little butter on it. I mean, for me, that's how I like it.
I like it with olive oil, with crushed red pepper, and lemon and garlic and crunchy salt, and you
my God.
scoop up all the crunchy stuff from the bottom of the olive oil all over the bread.
You're making me so hungry right now.
It's so good.
Okay. Anyway, go to uprisingfood.com and order the new gold standard and healthy bread. You get free shipping and use the code Gangster at checkout and support a small business with awesome bread.
It's gangster bread.
It's gangster bread.
It's gangster bread. It is.
Yeah, it's gangster goddess bread too.
Yeah.
For all your goddesses.
I love it.
I did the audition. I had a great time doing it. I had a lot of fun doing it. And next morning I woke up. I guess they must have decided the second they got it. And I was thinking about it because look, these actresses are big Italian names, right? I think what there is a specific humor that you obviously understand, and all the Sopranos fans around the globe at this point understand very well. It's a very specific, it's an Italian American humor, which is different than an Italian humor. So living in the States, I was able to bring the Italian, but understand the humor while living here. I think that's...
You had one up on everybody.
I had a little bit one up. So it wasn't too much genius. I actually had one up.
I don't even think that's it. I mean, I know this sounds crazy and I don't want to be a total psycho fan, but watching you eat in every one of those scenes, and you're a woman, and you're eating like this boss with intention, every bite you take and every line you deliver while you're chewing on your food. I'm not good at eating and acting. I'm not good at doing two things at once, period. So when I'm watching you, and I rewound it yesterday, I said to my girlfriend who was there with me, who worked on the show, I go, watch her eat this food it's like an animal, but so sexy and so authoritative. Who does that? I don't know. I mean, you're very different from the other females on the show, which are also very strong characters, with the exception of my character, who was not very strong. And that's what I had to offer from, in my little corner. So, because I was the opposite of everybody. But, oh my God. Okay. I'll stop fanning out about the food and watching you eat. But we will ask you questions.
I gotta say, Drea, can I say I'm watching you talk? You maybe watch me eat. I watch you talk, and it's like you've become even more beautiful.
Oh my God.
It's true.
I want to reach out and grab you right now.
Get over
I
here.
can't believe that this is over Zoom and that I'm not in person seeing people and hugging people and being
Sad.
Italian like we are.
Hasn't this been an absolutely crazy period for anyone that loves being, I mean, you have your kids. I'm not married. I don't.
I thought you were married.
No.
Do you have children?
That was an imposter that put his name there, and I can't get him off Google.
I'm not married either. I'm not married.
Okay.
Oh, hell no. No.
Okay.
I am.
You are?
She is.
Successfully?
I don't know why.
Yeah,
Successfully?
actually.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Is he
Who
American?
knew? Yes. Yep.
Is that you don't like the American guys? Do you like the American guys?
Oh, dear, the
I
Italian.
love the American guys, but I think culturally, I'm probably going to end up marrying an European just because maybe not. Maybe it's just a very well-traveled American or that really admires my culture, because you got to admire each other if you're going to marry each other, right? Otherwise, you're going to be on each other's nerves. So you're going to either admire each other so that there is some leeway for flaws. And in order to do so, you would have to, because I have very European, very Italian values.
What are those values?
I'm very old-fashioned. I know at my age, you shouldn't take. Yeah, you shouldn't take as long as I take dating someone before I make up my mind, because I'm going to be turning white pretty soon.
I already am.
I already am.
We
am
already
one.
are.
Mm-hmm.
But wait a second. You're old fashioned. I would not think that, but I guess we are old fashioned, but we think we're not because we're filthy.
Yeah, there's a difference.
No, but I'm I'm flirtatious. I have a lot of fun. I think in ways, I think it seems like we're very similar with my girlfriends. I'm a big mouth. I can get pretty. But as far as a relationship, as far as, getting naked under the cover, that's a personal thing for me. And it's, I don't want to do that with everybody.
Yeah. No, I'm not, I was never one to sleep around or anything. It's always one guy.
Yep. Me too.
I loved kissing, though. I was a kissing
You're
bandit.
a slut.
I would kiss a lot. No. I loved kissing. Okay.
It's always the one with the glasses and the red lips.
And the red lips.
I'm a devil.
Sexy girl.
Oh my God, no. Anyway, I agree with you. I'm very traditional too. I mean, I think we all got.
No, you are traditional. You are.
Yeah, I got it out of my system when I went to college and all that those times. But
and then the
I
other
was pretty
traditional thing is not about just and that doesn't mean I'm prude. If I'm in a relationship, I have fun, you know. But the other thing is also, my mom is Greek, my dad is Italian. I'm born in Switzerland, so
you're neutral.
Yeah,
I'm neutral.
What food do you? I know. What food do you prefer? Italian or Greek food?
That's a good question. I'm a good cook. I think most of what I cook is Italian, some Greek.
I love both. But Italian is my favorite.
I saw on your website you have Sofia's Kitchen, so you put up all these healthy. Yeah,
I do. What? Say it again.
Yeah, I don't think there's a mic on this one. I think it only comes on the right. On your website, I'm going to talk closer to you.
That's good. That's good.
Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, and everybody else too.
So on your website, you have a tab that's like Sofia's Kitchen, right? Am I saying it wrong? And you have all these healthy dinner options that you've made that you put up there.
They're a little bit alternatives to very famous Italian foods done a little healthier. I tend to cook. I cook definitely a lot healthier than some traditional things, but Mediterranean cuisine is already healthy in itself.
Yeah.
I do keep the lasagna traditional, and my lasagna is probably the best lasagna you've ever had.
I don't know. We might go head to head.
Do we have
I
don't know. Okay.
Yes.
Oh my God, I would love to have a challenge.
Oh my
Maybe
God.
we should
Oh my
have
God, wait a second.
challenge.
I bet your lasagna is fresh though. I bet yours is all different and fresh. Mine is so old, like New York City, Harlem.
No, we have to have a challenge, a cooking challenge.
My family's from Harlem. Like they're, well, my family's from Naples,
I'm curious
actually.
to know what the difference is in the ingredients and ways. My lasagna is more Southern Italian because I think that's the best one, and I make it with fresh pasta sheets.
So we don't do sheets. We don't. My grandmother. This is the grandmother that was born here. So my other grandmother came from Naples, but the grandmother that was born here layered her lasagna with egg noodles. It's so bizarre. She cooks the egg noodles and she leaves them sort of al dente. And then we mix them with ricotta and a little bit of sauce, tiny bit of sauce, and then Parmesan cheese, egg, and mix it all up into a cake almost, which is kind of like the pasta cake. I don't know what it's called in Italian. You ever have the pasta ricotta pasta cake?
Well, no, I don't know about ricotta, but we do leftover pasta that way. Yeah. And then I'm curious to hear how, and then what do you do?
Then we start layering it, and she'll either make it with all the meats with the way the Italian Americans probably do. I don't know if the Italians do it, which is the sausage and the braciole and the meatballs and all that. Sofia, Chris sent me a video of you dancing.
Oh, so good. I have so many questions.
Which one was it?
You were like, with your gorgeous body, you're in these little shorts, these white, I'm going to talk closer to you.
Go ahead, talk.
These white boots and you had your long,
Oh my
beautiful
God.
legs.
Do you want to
and
hear
you're
the story
jumping
of
up.
that?
Amazing.
Do you want to hear
Yes,
the story?
please.
So I had just finished working out. A friend of mine, she's the manager of a whole big hotel chain in Italy. If you ever want to go, I'll hook you guys up with her.
Yes, we want to go.
Okay. Noted. And she contacted me saying there is a fundraiser for frontliners, right, during this COVID.
Oh, yes, I saw that. I saw
At
that.
the time, and Aperol is going to pay for all the dancers and celebrities participating 100,000 euros. Okay.
Oh my
So I
God.
said, wow, that's really nice, but I'm not a dancer. I mean, I'm an actress who loves
Yes, you are.
dancing, and so she kept saying, please, just a little bit. And time flew. I didn't do it in those couple of days. I think I got busy. I had just finished working out in that little leopard, white and
good.
black leopard thing, and my black shorts. And she calls me again. It's 20 to midnight in Italy. And she says, please, just a little snippet, just a little. I'm like, okay, just a little bit, right? So I take the choreography. He's a very big Italian choreographers of this like really funky. You heard the song, right?
I don't know. I was in love. I
put it down.
I watched it twice.
Said, okay, it sounds a little rock and roll. So let me put on some heels. And I put my white heels on and a leather
That's the
jacket.
only way to do it.
I just stayed in my sweat stuff that I had just worked out in the morning, right? So
That's your
I
best
put it
outfit.
On there. 20 minutes later, I sent it to them. And that's the result of it, of me just watching them and doing it.
Whatever workout you're doing, I want to do because I saw all your pictures, your calendar of your body. Oh my God.
How lucky are we that we are our age and we all have pretty slamming bodies? Our body
lucky.
right now, we're not where you are because we stopped working out.
And I started eating a lot.
We stopped.
Did you stop?
You're pretty tiny.
You don't look like
We
you stopped. Both of you. You did?
Oh, I stopped. I gained about 12 to 15 pounds in the quarantine.
During the quarantine?
did
Seriously?
not.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope it was
But
fun.
I was
Great
unhealthily
lasagna.
skinny though. You know what? Never made lasagna once.
So what'd you
Not
eat?
once.
What'd you eat?
I was forbidden from my kitchen by my kid's nanny. She doesn't really take care of the kids, but she takes care of my mother, and she cooks all day. So she takes all of my Italian recipes and makes them better. And she's Mexican. So everything gets a little spicier
Yum.
and just a little bit extra of everything in it, and everything just it's like a food explosion.
Well,
so
yeah,
we haven't
if
stopped
I'd be
eating.
spoiled that way, I probably would gain a few pounds too. I actually,
pretty spoiled.
I really want to know what it was like working with James Gandolfini and what that experience was for you.
I had a great experience. He was extremely respectful, granted me to do whatever I wanted to bring. Whether he was the one on the beach walking, he didn't have a direction. He was just happy with what I did. He was very protective and generous. That's what I remember. And I remember he plays this, tough character, and he's like this teddy bear, teddy bear. So for me, the memories are very, very good, very protective, very respectful, even in that gladiator suit that he had on.
The sex scene. That was the sex scene.
Oh my God.
Well, you may not know, but... And cut to commercial.
That was good.
I like it. We've got a new producer.
Oh my God. Make it less.
Yes, here.
It's free. I heard you guys had to shoot that scene almost all day long. They shot it from every angle. There were other parts to the scene, and none of it made it into the episode except for that one moment.
Look, the big secret, only the frontal shot is me. Anything from behind, that bare ass, is a double.
Really?
Da-da-da.
Wait, so why? So you just didn't want to? So
I
you were
know.
like, no back shots? No back shots.
No back shot at all. So him humping me, that wasn't actually me.
Oh, good. You know what? Good for you.
I like you.
I
Even more.
had a hard. I would never do nudity back on The Sopranos. I refused. I was petrified. I was too shy. I only did nudity once in Sons of Anarchy at the end of my career.
But you were in underwear and a bra.
Yes.
Her scene, which was her body double, was not in underwear.
God, I'm trying to remember.
I
the
mean, your
scene, and it
body,
looks
I've
like
seen
your
it in a
face.
bathing suit. It's better than that body, but who knew it wasn't your
Well,
body?
he lifts up,
Yeah.
you know, Annalisa's, well, this Greek goddess's dress, because I'm
Yes.
like dressed as a Greek goddess or Roman Greek goddess. And he has these fantasies about riding the wild pony.
Yes.
Now, who is he supposed to be? Is he supposed to be Augustus or Caesar or Mark Anthony? Who was he supposed to be? Or
Mark
just some
Anthony's
gladiator?
good, but I think they were going for Caesar.
Right. Okay. I wondered because I don't remember the script back then. All my scripts
You
burned
know
in my
about
fire,
that
so I haven't
scene,
seen them.
it was so interesting. Here I went to a big talk show in Italy, and it's a controversial, political, edgy, top rated, and they paid me a great amount of money, but I did not expect. I got pretty upset about that because, I mean, you know, for an Italian, I don't think at the time, or even now, I don't think there is another Italian, you know, that has an Italian passport that has done as many credits. So that's kind of like we say porta la bandiera, you know, like it's bringing something home, having done a lot of work in Hollywood and for our country, for our team, right?
Yeah.
And so I didn't expect that. But in the middle of the interview, you believe it or not, they had framed me this close, zooming in from my reaction. And what they were playing in the background for the live audience is only that scene.
Bastards.
Yeah.
You were on CSI for how long?
7 years.
And they're playing that one, that 1 second moment. Wow.
That's funny.
Well, let me ask you this question. I'm sure you get, because you and I still look the same as our characters. A lot of the Sopranos don't look the same as their characters at this point.
I saw that at the Sopranos con.
Yeah, I know.
Some told me I made a pact with the devil. Did you make a pact with the devil, Dura?
Just, being an Italian woman. Just being an Italian woman. And I'm not going to lie, a little Botox every now and then keeps you preserved. I mean, what are you going to do? Cover up the gray hair?
But also, I think that humor, the Italian genes, we're blessed with good genes, you know? And then you have to eat a little healthy, work out, we keep busy. And I think that just the energy is also something that...
I think so too.
You know?
And just laughing and keeping the big cheekbones up all day long. So everything doesn't start just hanging off of them.
Or tape.
Yeah. Oh my God. They did that to me on have you ever done that on any shows?
No.
They tried to make me younger on A Million Little Things, and they literally taped my face up here. It was amazing.
I mean, what they wanted you to look 12?
All of the stuff around the mouth. I was very excited about it. And I was like, I always keep my hair here anyway. I could really just tape my face up so I never have to go.
I need to do this more.
I
now we're having lady talk.
I'm looking forward to that. Maybe I'll go to sleep with it.
It's pretty amazing.
Oh, we're inventing things now.
Yes, we're inventing female. Yeah. I am heavily researching all of these female gangsters. Like it's my obsession right now. She knows I drive her crazy. Part of the reason why we left our other podcast is we want to be able to do other things, and that's one of them. Because once The Sopranos rewatch is over,
it's over.
We might still want to keep going.
Yeah.
So we're diving deep in other things, plus people's sort of rebirth stories, things that have busted, like, if you've been busted and then you can readjust, and what your sort of rebirth and transformation has been, and sort of things like that. And I honestly can't believe what I'm reading about as far as a lot of these female gangsters in Italy. It's blowing my mind. I mean, they span across many countries, not just Italian women, but the Italian ones are really notorious. And I don't know if your character was based on, I don't know how to say her name, but it was, and she was from with the Camorra, but is it Luciata or Maria?
Oh, the real
my
one?
gosh.
I don't remember their names. I don't remember their
I
names.
wonder if
Wouldn't it be
you might have
interesting
been.
someone from either Chicago, Jersey, Italian American? Oh, I can't see that. Licciardi.
It is Licciardi. Okay, I wasn't
Licciardi.
sure. I wasn't going to say it. I wasn't going to say it while you're
'Cause
here.
the way she says it is the
Licciardi.
sexiest thing in the
Licciardi.
world.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love it.
But wouldn't
Licciardi.
it be interesting, some dealings with an Italian mafia boss and a Chicago or New Jersey, New York mafia boss? I'm
Oh my
just
God, I would
saying.
love it. I would love it. There really aren't any super great roles right now for females, but right now there's no roles for anybody at the moment because we're all on this shutdown.
I know.
But when
That's
when
why it's the
people
time
see
to
you,
create. You know, I think that
I
anytime
know.
there is suppression and oppression, because part of this is that, and part of it is
Yes.
truth, without going into any political things and aspects of
Oh,
it.
I would love to, but she won't let me.
Not this podcast.
I
There's
have-
another one we can start, and that's that one.
I have a lot to
there,
say.
without going there, I think that in time of apparent oppression and suppression is the time to keep flourishing and prospering and creating, and that is the time you have the opportunity to come up with things you wouldn't have thought of.
Yeah, I agree. We wouldn't have even done this whole podcast or anything. We can't act right now. I can't act. So when people see you on the street, who are they? Who do they haunt you about more? Is it your character that you played, Yelena, right? For years.
Yelena Salas,
Yeah, for years on CSI.
You
Or
know,
do they, for one tiny scene, do you still get haunted for Annalisa on The Sopranos?
I look for the commendatory episode. I would say it's almost an equal amount of daily outreaches.
Amazing.
It's crazy, right?
And
Yeah.
CSI Miami is certainly not a small little brand. It's a cult.
No.
We're talking about a
I
cult.
was on
We're
it.
talking about a series that is in 189 countries. You know, I mean,
I loved
someone
it. I
is
loved
dubbing
it.
me in Chinese somewhere. But
Yeah.
and
And he's in love with you. Caruso's in love with your character.
Yeah. Well, we had
He's
this
really
thing
in love.
ongoing, right? Because I'm his sister-in-law. So can you not do that? So we
Right.
had this dance for like 7 seasons. And then it came to an end while as I was in Italy, an unexpected end because my dad was dying.
No.
That's
Mm.
why the character was written out as a series regular. And I stayed in Rome with my mom to make sure that she was having a second life, because my mom is very old school. Only man. She met my dad. This is a sweet short story. She met my dad in Switzerland. She came from Greece. My dad comes from South Italy. They both didn't speak each other's language, barely understood each other except for intention. And as actors, we know what that means. It's obviously everything.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
3 months later, they were married before they even understood each other. They stayed married for 44 years. And it's the only man my mom has ever been with. And she has no intention to be with
Amazing.
anybody else. She's 80 years old now and living in Rome. So, yeah. Anyway.
My
so
mom too. My mom too. Same thing. Same. Married my dad at 19. Was never with anybody else. And he passed away also, sort of unexpectedly about 7 years ago. So I know. So did you left the show to go to Italy and take care of your family?
I needed to be there for my mom.
Yeah.
And then when I came
I
back,
have chills all over my body right now.
Aw.
I love
Well, you got it. Family comes first.
Yeah.
And then, you know,
Not for
but
most
the fans had a
actresses.
break.
It doesn't.
The fans were so incredibly loyal and loving. It's really thanks to the fans that my character was reinvented when I returned. I did a short run of, well, short run. I did only 54 episodes of this series that nobody knows about, and it's fine where it stays. But
With the Borders one?
no, the Border was actually a really good series. I really love that. It's called Desire.
Oh,
But
I don't know.
the fans called me back, so to say, and they reinvented my character. So it went from a detective to undercover to, it was completely reinvented, right? And I returned as a recurring for the following 3 seasons. That's what added up to
Oh, that's cool.
to the 7 years. Yeah. So it's amazing what fans can do, because that wasn't the intention. They hadn't planned on it. Anne Donahue was very gracious about the fact, she says, you know, take care. I was in a total different zone. You know, when necessity level rises, anyone that matters to you in your family, that's where your attention is going to go. And you know what matters
100%.
moments, you know?
Yeah, and you know, a lot of first of all, a lot of women are that way, but a lot of actresses would not be that way. I happen to be one. I'm happy I found another, because I don't have that many friends in the business. And
Me
probably
neither.
for reasons like that, because I don't live from that place of
Well,
I run to my family
Well,
over
you turn
everything. She
down
knows.
roles constantly just to be with your kids, like for all.
Yeah.
So
And I care for an old
yeah.
woman who was my nanny growing up, and it's part of the reason why I was late today. Because she's not feeling well.
Oh,
And
sorry.
she's in her mid 80s and stuff. So yeah, I understand that. So hearing you say that
How
warms my
lovely that
heart,
is.
because
Yeah.
it's rare that anybody cares that much these days.
Drea, that's what makes you beautiful.
Yeah, that's why we look young.
I agree, actually. It might be funny, and let's laugh, but that's our secret.
No,
Yeah.
I believe that.
I
I
love it.
believe that. Love. It's love, you know? In that way, I am a total hippie.
Listen, that doesn't mean I'm not ambitious, but it's a different hat. And there is priorities, right, of beingness. And that just comes first. It's as simple as that. Family, that just comes first.
You before you go, I just want to read this one thing that I saw that you wrote. You say here, women never cease to amaze me, as we have endless amounts of courage and potential, intelligence and strength, not only for ourselves, but also for all the men around us who seek our unpretentious strength through them. Women are men's greatest validation, and so every time I represent a woman in a film or a role, I get to explore and communicate her world, culture, and heart through my passion, my eyes, and I hope my breath between the words spoken, like a painting or music that doesn't require translation.
I mean,
I love that.
I got the chills.
Love that.
It's making me blush because
Beautifully.
it's so intimate. It was an
I'm
intimate
sorry.
feeling.
Now it's out
No,
there.
but thank you for pointing that out, actually. Thank you for sharing that.
Oh man, you know what? What you and I do is so hard. Even Chris in her life, she's been through a lot of stuff in her life. She's overcome cancer.
Mhm.
I feel like overcoming a Hollywood career is not much different. to a
Cancer,
certain
Hollywood.
degree. I'm just kidding.
Good for you. Good for you.
Thank you.
So anytime there's a woman that has those kinds of words for women, there was even more stuff you wrote that wasn't here on this piece of paper, but it's a beautiful thing, and I think we're finding that more as we get older. I feel like when women are younger, everybody's so, busy and not paying attention and not so self-aware, yet. And then we kind of grow and we get knocked down 50,000 different ways, and
You have to
different
support
people
each other.
help you grow. So it was exciting for us to have you come here with us today, because it's such a male-centric show, even though the women are king on the show, queen, I should say. And you embodied that on The Sopranos with just 45 to 50 minutes of screen time and transcended the entire landscape of a woman, even though the women are strong on the show, your character is just bam, like it just knocks people over the head. It's iconic. You've made you're an iconic character in pop culture from 50 minutes on television, even though you have, all this other work before you. It's crazy. I know I'm only known for being on The Sopranos, really, from Adriana. The other characters I played, they were fine.
You
whatever,
played
but,
some great characters.
Yeah, but this
and
character,
in exquisite ways. I personally am a fan.
Thank you.
But
I
listen,
appreciate it. But just,
it's so
also being an
appreciated,
Italian woman.
Everything you just said, it is so appreciated because it's coming from a gorgeous woman such as yourself.
Oh, thanks.
And we ought to support each other. For me, it is so important every opportunity I have to unveil a little bit more. And this movement hasn't started now. It's been coming for a long time, and I want to be part of it.
Absolutely.
I think you in your ways have been part of it. And from what you see, Chris, what you guys create together, we're part of contributing to that. And it's not a war. It's just an unveiling. And it's the real beauty of women and the real strength of women. And it doesn't exclude men. It includes it. It's a together. It's not us and them. It's more about being us.
I used to say that I was anti-feminist my whole life, growing up with a real feminist mom. And I was always like, I'm not for this because I'm all about balance and I want a little bit of everything. But more importantly, can we just talk about how Sofia has managed to use her hands to speak everything she has right here? It's so good. You are the Sybil of, how do you say it? Kumi?
I don't remember.
Do you remember?
She's like, I don't remember. Oh my God.
There was an audition I had done for a pilot, and you know how nerve-wracking that is, right? I know we wanted to close up, but it's like I feel I really enjoyed this time together. So thank you.
Oh, good. I'm so glad. We could talk all day, by the way. We could talk. We're notorious for our episodes going 3 hours, and then we have to cut everything down.
We will be on the phone about one issue that will last 2 hours. Like literally, it's the same. Yeah.
So there was this director. I think it was Roger Spottiswoode. Is that like an English director?
I don't know who anybody is in this business.
Anyway, it was for a pilot for NBC, and I get to the final round, and I had done my performance. I think it was another like detective or CIA agent role before. This is before CSI Miami and all of that, right? And I do my thing, and then he says, "Great. Now do it again without your hands."
You should go like this. Did you do this?
It mortified me. I'm Italian. That's like saying, Carl, you were everything.
Yeah.
I know.
You're like, can you tape them to my body?
Oh my God. How much do you love being Italian? Just tell us. How much do you love your heritage?
I love it. I love the culture. I love the food. I love the humor. It's beautiful. Rome is gorgeous. Florence is beautiful. Sardinia is gorgeous. Naples. My ex-boyfriend is Neapolitan.
Wow.
So I just spent quite a bit of time in Naples, actually in the same hotel. I stayed in the same hotel over.
What hotel was that?
Vesuvio and Excelsior.
Oh, right. Okay. I only spent time in Capri. I never. I stayed at the Quisisana in Capri, and in our house in the Hamptons. My parents named it after the Quisisana. It's the Quisisana house.
Oh, the Quisisana.
Beautiful. It's beautiful there. Next year we should meet up at Pascal Vicedolini's. Wait. Let me finish. I love you. Right.
I'm coming. Let's go. We're going.
Pascal Vicedolini's festival. He would love to have you ladies in Ischia. He does it in Ischia in July, the film festival in July. He does the Capri one in December for New Year's Eve. And then he does the one in Los Angeles in February during Oscar week, right? So, I mean, with this who knows when the first event is going to be again. So, but we'll see.
I've only been to Capri, to Milan and Rome and Florence, and that's
How do
it.
you love
And
Florence and Rome? How do you love it?
you know something? I was a kid. I was 18. I had just graduated high school. My parents took me and about 15 other people to Italy, and they used to go every summer to Capri. That was their summer. They left us. They left the kids and went to Capri. And
They're like, we'll take you this time.
yeah. So I haven't been there since, and I want to take my children.
That's where
This
my
year was
last
gonna be the
romance
year.
started too, in Capri with my
Oh,
Neapolitan.
so beautiful there.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
loved it so much. Is that hotel still there?
Yeah. That's actually where
is?
we had our first date, at the Quisisana.
Oh, really? Is it a nice hotel? I don't remember.
I'm sure.
You know, I mean, yeah, it's nice. It's actually the nicest one there. Yeah.
Oh, it is. Okay. We partied at a place called Numero Due all night long with my grandmother and my brother, and there was
Your grandmother?
my grandmother. We were all there, the whole family. My
love
parents
it.
took
Did you go to the
everybody.
club, to this Italian club where they sing and dance on the tables, and it's called Anime Core. That's something you're gonna learn to say. Anime Core.
Anime core.
Anime Core, which means
Anime core.
ecco, brava.
I
Anime
like that. I
core.
like that.
Oh my God,
That
can you
means
be our Italian teacher?
Oh
Soul
my God.
and heart. So heart and soul. Anime Core.
Pardon?
Anime core. But you
Anime
gotta say it like
Core.
that. Anime core.
Yeah, exactly.
Can't
Anime
do
Core.
that. I'm like, I can't do that.
I normally
right,
act like
lady.
I'm so Italian, and today I'm not acting Italian
I know.
because you're here, because I would be too embarrassed.
You're a
So
mayonnaiser.
I'm a mayonnaiser today. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you so much.
Sophia,
This
we
is
have-
not the last of us. You're going to see us
Mwah,
away from
mwah.
this.
Yes, please.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you so
Bye,
much.
beautiful lady.
Bye, lady.
Bye.
Oh, wait. One quick question. Where can we see your paintings?
You know that I paint.
Yes. I'm
I-
sorry that I'm doing this. I'm sorry that I just couldn't let you go without it.
I don't know. Did I put any on my website,
No.
sofiamilos.com? I didn't.
You should
should
put your
post
paintings up,
something.
Catherine Narducci is an amazing painter. She was on the show. She played Charmaine.
Yes.
She's a fantastic
yes, I
actress,
met
like
her.
a
I
great
met her. We
Italian
talked.
American actress. And her paintings are beautiful. You should check them out on her
They're gorgeous.
Instagram. It's Catherine with a K. But
Yeah,
I
I
would love to
follow
see
her.
your paintings too.
Oh, I think I
So
posted
show us your
one
painting.
thing. I posted one thing when Prince died. I had painted him
Ooh.
when I was 23
Oh.
years old.
Oh my God, I want to see that.
Yeah, we're
Because
gonna,
I
we're gonna
actually
start
was a
stalking
fashion
your-
designer at 23, and he gave me the opportunity to design some of his clothes for a sign of the times.
Oh my God, I love
Prince?
this story. That's pretty amazing.
Oh my God.
Look at her face.
Oh my God. And you saved that till
I'm sorry.
now?
Did you know him?
Yes, I toured with
How-
him.
wait,
all right. That's
Wait,
all I'm
no,
gonna
no,
ask.
stop.
Because you look exactly like the kind of woman he'd be in love
How
with.
well did you know him?
She's the Italian Apollonia.
Yes.
He did like me, but I didn't know him that well because I was dating Miko Weaver, the bass player.
Oh, okay.
Okay. He was a fan of our show. He used to invite us all to all of his parties.
Wow.
I'll never forget my parents at one of his parties. And I said, Dad, what are you doing? We got to go. He goes, hey, I'm talking to Sam Jackson over here. You want to stop breaking my balls? I was like, oh, I'm sorry. And then my mother was dancing with like Justin Timberlake. I was like, oh my God. And Prince was just sitting on the stairs by himself, like watching everyone party at this rental. It was obviously a rental, but he always invited the Sopranos everywhere. But I want to know
Wow.
what your story is.
Next episode.
Yes.
Okay.
Awesome.
Again, thank you for coming,
Thank
lady. Mwah.
Thanks,
Goodbye.
Sophia.
It was so nice to have this time with you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Gangster Goddess Broadcast is a UV Ways and Monkey Mind Music Group production. Theme song by UV Ways.